What's up, everybody? I'm Levin Robinson with the West Coast Cajun Cuisine, and today's video, I have an Instapot pork roast. But wait till you see what I'm going to do with it. I call it Gringo Tacos. Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. If this is your first time here and you're interested in learning how to cook authentic Cajun cuisine, comfort food, and just about anything for that matter, then you've come to the right place. Click that subscription button and that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Now, today's video, Instant Pot pork roast. So the original idea was to go ahead and make like a pulled pork recipe, right? You know, so your normal barbecue pulled pork sandwich or something like that. But I started playing around with the ingredients. I wanted to do something a little bit different, something unique. And I came up with this idea for a taco, but not your run-of-the-mill everyday Carnitas taco. This is look, for lack of a better word, this is just a straight-up white boy taco. The only thing Mexican about this is the tortilla, all right? I'm putting gravy on the taco. It is crazy. Pork, gravy, a little shredded cabbage, some Louisiana hot sauce, and you have one hell of a taco. Let's get to that recipe and get to the kitchen, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. You're gonna need 2 pork roasts, 1 cup of yellow onion chopped, 1 cup of bell pepper chopped, 2 stalks of celery chopped, 3 cloves of garlic minced, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of Zatarain's liquid crab oil, and I will leave the link down below for that, 1 chicken bouillon cube, 2 teaspoons Cajun seasoning, 2 teaspoons of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon each of onion and garlic powder, 2 teaspoons each of paprika and chili powder, some shredded cabbage or lettuce, whatever you prefer, some Louisiana crystal hot sauce, 1/4 cup of beer, corn or flour tortillas, 1/4 cup of water, and some shredded cheddar cheese. Now, the first thing we're going to need to do is season our pork roast. And just go ahead and follow the recipe. Once I get it seasoned, we're going to let this sit while I get a cast iron skillet nice and hot with a little bit of vegetable oil in there. And then we're just going to sear these pork roasts. Get some nice color on them like that, a nice little crust. And we're going to do all sides of this pork roast. And we're not looking to cook it all the way through, just a nice sear on the outside. And while that's going on, we're going to go ahead and get our liquid ready for the Instapot. I'm going to go ahead and add the bouillon cube, and then we'll get that soy sauce in there. And then once I do that, this is where I'm going to add that Zatarain's crab oil. Like I said, I'll leave a link down below if you have a hard time finding it. And 2 capfuls is about 2 teaspoons, and that's all I really had left in that bottle, so I just went ahead and added the whole thing. And then we'll get to the beer, add that, and we're good to go. So once we get to this stage, what I'm going to do is put my pork roast in the Instapot, now that I've got it nice and seared off. And then I'll go ahead and add that liquid. And what you didn't see here is that I've also added an extra 1/4 cup of water to this. So once I get that in there, I'm going to go ahead and add the top to this. Close it up. Make sure you close off that steam vent. And we're going to set this on a 45 minutes. And then once that 45 minutes is up, we're going to let all the pressure out. You know, open up the little steam vent at the top, let the pressure out, and then open her up. And we're going to add the vegetables. If you add the vegetables earlier and let them cook for the whole time, they're just going to turn to mush. So I'll let the meat cook for about 45 minutes and then add the vegetables. Then once I do that, we'll put the top back on and we'll set it for another 20 minutes. And once that 20 minutes is up, we vent it again, you know, release the pressure. And that's what we have, ladies and gentlemen. So now what I'm going to do is reserve some of this liquid with the vegetables, because we're going to make a little small gravy here. And what I forgot to mention in the recipe is a little bit of butter. So I have about 2 teaspoons of butter, actually about 2 tablespoons of butter. And then I'm going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of flour to that. And we're going to make us a roux. And if you've watched my videos before, this is the same process. We're just going to go ahead and stir this consistently nonstop until we get the desired color that we're looking for, which this is going to be more of a mahogany red color. And once I do that, I'm going to add the garlic and get this stirred around. And look, I'm only going to have this garlic cook in here for about 30 seconds because that roux is nice and hot. And I'm going to add about half of that liquid that I reserved from the Instant Pot and get that well incorporated. And then once that is mixed well, I'm going to go ahead and add the other half and get that all mixed in. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off from here because it's around where I want it. It's nice and thick. So from here, it's time to pull apart that pork. I just took a couple of forks and you can see it's just coming apart. And I like to do this inside the Instant Pot so it gets all that liquid and just gets all yummy. So once I get that pork pulled apart, we're going to go ahead and start making a taco. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on my tortilla. And this is a little corn tortilla I just heated up on a frying pan. Add that gravy. Woo! And then you just dress it up how you want, ladies and gentlemen. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Gringo Tacos, an original recipe. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. I'd really appreciate that. Now, if you have an issue finding that liquid crab ball, that Zatarain's crab ball that I used in this recipe, I will leave a link down below. Out here in California, I can't find it here in my local grocery stores and stuff, so I have to order it from Amazon as well. And I don't know where you might be watching this video, so like I said, if you can't find it, order it down below. This is an ingredient you don't want to miss out on, okay? Don't skip this ingredient. It gives the uniqueness to this dish. The flavor look, when you crack open that, if you've never used this stuff before and you crack open that top and you smell it, it will definitely clear your sinuses out. It's very strong, but the flavor, you're not gonna find it anywhere else. There's no substitution for that. It will give it a kick. It's gonna be a little spicy, but that's okay. That's how we like it. Next week, I'm going to give you my version of shrimp and grits. If that sounds appetizing to you, go ahead, click that subscription button, that notification bell, and I'll see you next week.